Money on my mind, gotta hustle and grind. Financial literacy always on my mind. I'm stacking knowledge, no time to waste. You gotta invest smart, gotta keep up the pace. I'm reading books, learning all the tricks, studying the market, making calculated picks.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Reckless Ray Dinero, and we're back at it again with Future Financial Strategies. And again, by the time you guys are seeing this, we should be into some good waters. But I want to talk about my experience and potentially what I could consider the dark side of high yield dividend investing, because like I say all the time, somebody's got to tell the truth around here, and it might as well be me. So we're going to talk about my experience going through the crash with my high yield dividend portfolio. So we're gonna do a couple of things here. But first, let's make sure you guys hit that like button on the way in. If you've been here more than twice, definitely touch on that subscribe button. I suggest turning the bell notification to all notifications on, making sure you get notified when these videos premiere, when I'm dropping. If I'm doing live streams, which I've been doing panels on other people's shows, obviously, reach me down in the email down in the description for those who want to do collabs or have conversations. I love talking about money. I talk about a few other things on the live stream, but normally, unless it's something money related, I do not really promote that over here because my other channel shadow banned. So I have gotten a few opportunities where I've gotten to tap in randomly, jump on some panels to talk some dollars and cents, which is kind of my favorite topic. So if anybody wants to talk about money, definitely shoot your boy an email and we can accommodate that in the schedule. Also, those of you who are getting value, those of you who've been sharing the videos, those of you who've been sharing the content, thank you so much. We broke 100 subscribers. Thank you so much for that. That's awesome. Finally, it's been a slight uphill battle. Coming from a channel where I have, they won't let me get to 500 subscribers so I can monetize the channel over there on my main channel. So I started this channel, and at first I thought I was getting shadow banned on this channel, and I was like, all I'm talking about is money. But that's not a hot topic. It's not argumentative. It's not beef sector conversations. So it's just a little slower grow, but we're getting the tribe over here. And my main supporters from the original channel, thank you guys for tapping in over here. The new people that are joining the Wolfpack, appreciate you guys all being here as well. And, I was not really recording content when I first started out YouTubing. I was just arguing with people online like an insane person. That is actually insane. It's insane. But I used to talk about it because I always talk about things that I believe matter, and I'm not going to engage in an argument if I don't care. So I broke it down to the brass tacks and what's going to be the most impact and what I feel like I have my 10,000 hours in. So we talk about money. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about money. It's got my 10,000 hours in it. I'm good at it. I'm doing pretty well for myself, considering I'm a working schlub, half blue collar. I come home dirty some days. I got actual working man's hands. I know how to do things. And, I don't make all the money in the world, but I make enough. And most importantly, I'm able to maximize what I have and accelerate the income that I get. So, we're documenting the journey to $1 million. We want to get the coveted millionaire, and then we got to get multimillionaire and all that good stuff. But that journey to $1 million starts off with $1 or $2. And, we're documenting it, hitting our goals, hitting our metrics, hopefully. I mean, go through these dark times, you start questioning your abilities. But I'm going to go ahead and pull up this screen so that way we can talk about one of my favorite topics as of late. The Yield Max MSTR Option Income Strategy ETF. Now, boy, oh boy, howdy. We went through some dark times because I was buying this let's see here. Can we look out? Oh, yeah. Yeah, there we go. We've been riding this chart. Oof, past year. So, and we've been in here for a long time. Like we got in here, I think seriously in June, July, probably about August. So we started in the mid 20s, rode the train all the way up, buying the whole time up into the 40s. And then this recent dip, we got as low as $18. And when I say I took a beating all over, I took a beating all over. And when you get down to these prices like such as $18, I think it was a little bit less. Yeah, we started off today at $17.20. 1680 was a 52-week low. We started the day off today at $17.20. Or we didn't start the day off. It opened at $17.59, and they're saying the low was $17.48, but the chart shows $17.20, and I distinctly remember logging into my Charles Schwab account over lunch and seeing that $17.20, and I was like, oh, and it was early in the morning too. It was early, and it was just ugly. They announced the dividend, which is $1.37, and that was for obviously April. It was just ugly. It was ugly. And I had been buying, but every time I buy, it seems like I'm the indicator for the price dropping. So, when we broke under 20, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to try and focus my buys in under 20. Hit 19, bought at 19, drops down to 18.50. Next day, buy at 18. Actually, no, it wasn't even 18. It was it was 18 and change. And then it dropped to 17. And since they announced the dividend, I was like, well, I'm not going to buy today because I'm going to wait for the dividend. I'm going to wait for that money to get pulled tomorrow. And you know what this funky stock position did to me? What Misty did to me? Misty went on a tear. Bitcoin goes on a tear back above 20. Which is fine. My average cost is, let me remember this correctly. It is 28 and change and dragging down because we bought at 44. So we bought that whole way up and we were doing big buys. And here we are, months later. Now, here's the deal with my Misty position and my income portfolio in total. I am not looking at the stock, the asset value per se, because this is just where my money drops till the end of the month or whenever Misty pays out. And then the actual moves are made. So navigating these dips and watching the number go down, does it feel good to look in your portfolio and see all red numbers? No, it does not. Definitely after the spike today, we got to see some green numbers. Makes me feel better. Get to log in and you feel better about it. But being and dealing with these positions as they're dumping, not fun at all. So the caveat with an income portfolio is you're getting paid. So while you're holding, you're getting paid. So depending on what you're using that income for, you are getting paid. So you have the ability to buy into more of the position. You can hold that in cash if you think it's going to go lower. You have a lot of different options that you can go into when it's producing income. And the whole premise of the portfolio is to produce income. It's not for growth. I have a growth portfolio that's specifically for growth that was also down. That was a little bit more annoying because it doesn't pay monthly. It's just what it is. So if that portfolio goes down, it's just down. Generally speaking, with the crypto portfolio, and a couple of people have asked in the comments about the income prospects on that, when the prices tank like they are, so does the income. And like, granted, the payout that we're getting from MSTY this month is lower, but it's lower in a range that's like way more acceptable and way more functional and way more usable than anything that's going on in the DeFi space. Because when the prices tank, you have to accept the loss on your yield farm positions because you have to cash them out, repurchase the 50-50 new position, reset it up. So there's transaction fees all along the way for that. And when you get out of range on a liquidity pool, it just stops paying, period. So like, you stop generating money immediately. So it's also something that you have to babysit and manually do. Whereas with the MSTY position in my income portfolio in a traditional finance space, it pays a dividend at the end of the month regardless. It's just a question of like how well the fund did based on, and that's going to be the indicator of what you get paid. So when I'm looking at one of those positions and how we're navigating through those fields, we're looking at it and we're focusing, but it's about the income. So like, you're going to be producing some income when lose or shine, like win or lose. It's either going to be low if they don't do well. And generally speaking, with high yield income, the covered call plays, covered calls are based on stocks going up. Stocks go down, they don't do so well. So you just get paid less, but you get paid. I have yet to see one that hasn't paid that I've been involved in, specifically MSTY. It's been a strong payer this whole time. So as we're looking at these positions, I'll pull that up to the screen. It's like, you can see the roller coaster here, but like back here in November was basically when we were breaking 100K in Bitcoin. So you can follow that trend down. And while we're down here, you just kind of collect money and get better positions, because we're looking for it to go back up to these higher ranges. And the other thing to keep note is the dividend payouts were I'm pretty sure they were around like $4 up there. Let's take a look here. We can go dive into that. So the distribution payouts, let's see. So back in April, $4.12. So that was April of 2024 was $4.12 payout. It was the month after that was $2.52. Month after that, $3.03. So like, you're rolling around your high ones, multiple over $4 payouts, averaging around $2. So once we get back up on that upswing, we're looking for around those $2. And I mean, like, if you look at February 12th of this year, $2 payout. So like, we were still above $2 in February. March last month, or actually that's this month, or what are we doing? It's March 2025 or March. Yeah, and we're in April. So last month it was 137. I'm pretty sure we got our dividend payout for today was also that they just put up for us is also around like $1.37. I think they kept it the same. So if you're looking at that and you accumulate when it dips, then you're just increasing the pay. For me, this isn't going to be super, super long of an episode. It's not hard to navigate when you're getting paid to do it, especially if you have conviction that the prices are going to go back up, which is why when investing in high yield specifically, it's important to understand the underlying asset and how those markets move, because there is a lot of volatility. The more volatility, higher the pay. But on the negative side of that, the further the drops are. So you've got to really kind of understand why that is. Otherwise, navigating a 30% drop in your portfolio is not going to be easy. So yeah, that's kind of where we're going to be sitting with that. It's short but sweet. Just a little reminder. I'm not sure where we're going to be in the market, but at the day of recording, we had a really nice bounce, and definitely something I wanted to talk about. Like, since it's kind of a breath of fresh air, we got to see some green today. Hopefully we'll see some more. Till next time. It's your boy Reckless Ray and Arrow, and we are out. Peace.
Money on my mind, yeah. Focus, got no time for games, nah. I don't play, man, I'm all about that financial literacy. Investing in my future, building generational wealth. Dollar bills, they be calling my name, but I ain't chasing fame, I'm chasing change. Learn the game, now I'm playing it smart. Putting my money to work, it's an art. I'm stacking paper, building my own empire. No more living check to check, I'm getting higher. Investing in stocks, real estate, and more. Gotta secure the bag, that's what I came for.